Here is the introduction to my major invention, a groundbreaking new invention that will change the world, the ultra-simple piloting aircraft. My invention, the ultra-simple piloting aircraft, is a major breakthrough that can transform the world. It is as easy to pilot as driving a car, allowing anyone to operate it effortlessly. My invention, the ultra-simple piloting aircraft, first, it can revolutionize the world's transportation methods, shifting from ground transportation to air transportation. Second, it can transform the world's warfare methods, eliminating the need for ground forces and turning everything into air forces. Here is a schematic diagram of the cockpit of my invented ultra-simple piloting new aircraft. My ultra-simple piloting aircraft is extremely simple to operate, just like driving a car, with only 3 controls: the steering wheel, accelerator pedal, and brake pedal. Steering wheel controls the aircraft's left and right turns. Accelerator pedal controls the aircraft's up and down elevation. Press the accelerator, and the aircraft ascends. Keep the accelerator steady, and the altitude remains constant. Release the accelerator, and the aircraft descends. Brake pedal controls the brakes on the aircraft's ground wheels. This simple control method makes piloting the aircraft as easy as driving a car, making it an ultra-simple piloting aircraft that anyone can fly. This photo shows the small-scale model of my ultra-simple piloting aircraft. Here is a video displaying the actual flight of the small-scale model of my ultra-simple piloting aircraft. This video program is divided into 3 parts. Part 1, my invented ultra-simple piloting aircraft, which can change the world's transportation methods, shifting from ground transportation to air transportation. Part 2, my invented ultra-simple piloting aircraft, which can change the world's warfare methods, eliminating the need for ground forces and turning everything into air forces. Part 3, an introduction to the principles of my invented ultra-simple piloting aircraft. First part, my invented ultra-simple piloting aircraft can change the world's transportation methods, shifting from ground transportation to air transportation. The efficiency of air transportation far surpasses ground transportation. Aircraft transportation is far more efficient than automobile transportation. Humanity needs a transportation revolution, a shift from ground to air. First, let's discuss the 6 major drawbacks of ground transportation. 1. The infrastructure costs for ground roads are extremely high. Building a road connecting 2 cities may require bridges over rivers or tunnels through mountains, resulting in very high construction costs and long timelines. 2. Maintenance costs for ground roads are high. Roads aren't just built and forgotten, they require frequent repairs, which incur significant expenses. 3. Ground roads have weak resistance to natural disasters. In severe weather, such as heavy rainstorms, roads and bridges can be washed away, Heavy snowstorms can cause prolonged interruptions in traffic. 4. Ground traffic requires complex traffic signal systems. Ground traffic operates in one-dimensional space, where vehicles can only move forward and backward along roads, not freely left and right, let alone up and down. At intersections in this one-dimensional space, complex traffic signals must halt vehicles from one direction temporarily. These signals force vehicles to stop frequently, greatly reducing travel speeds and increasing unnecessary fuel consumption. Additionally, the high cost of traffic signal systems further raises ground transportation expenses. 5. Ground roads are prone to traffic jams, leading to uncertainty in transportation. Roads often experience long jams for various reasons, creating uncertainty in ground traffic and making it impossible to arrive precisely on schedule. Prolonged jams also cause significant economic losses. 6. Building extensive ground roads causes major damage to the natural environment. It not only occupies vast amounts of land but also disrupts surrounding ecosystems. Air transportation can overcome these 6 major drawbacks of ground transportation. 1. No need for massive road systems. Connecting 2 cities via air doesn't require roads, just build a few airports in each city, drastically reducing construction costs. 2. No road maintenance fees. Air routes made of natural air require no repairs, only airports need maintenance, significantly lowering costs. 3. Strong resistance to natural disasters. In severe weather like heavy rain or snow, air transportation can resume immediately once the weather clears, without prolonged interruptions. 4. Air transportation doesn't need complex traffic signal systems. Air traffic operates in 3-dimensional space, where aircraft can move left and right freely and even up and down. Thus, air routes are extremely spacious and don't require complex signals, further reducing transportation costs. 5. No air route congestion, leading to high certainty in transportation. Without blockages, air traffic is highly predictable, allowing precise on-time arrivals. 6. Minimal damage to the natural environment. Airports require far less land, causing little disruption to ecosystems. First advantage of air transportation, it greatly reduces transportation costs compared to ground transportation. Many people think aircraft consume more fuel than cars, but this overlooks the hidden costs of ground transportation. Ground costs include not just vehicle fuel but also road construction. Roads are extremely expensive, especially with tunnels and bridges. They also require costly traffic control systems, plus high maintenance for both. Air transportation eliminates ground roads, tunnels, bridges, and signals, making overall costs much lower than ground. When factoring in road building hidden costs, ground transportation is far more expensive than air. However, road construction is mostly funded by taxpayer money, with a small portion from gasoline taxes, so people don't feel it daily, they only see car fuel costs and mistakenly think ground is cheaper. In reality, the opposite is true, ground costs far exceed air. Second advantage of air transportation, it is faster than ground. First reason for air's speed, ground roads are winding, while air routes are straight. Ground roads between cities often curve to avoid obstacles, lengthening distances. Air routes have no obstacles, so they can be straight, shortening distances and naturally increasing speed. Second reason, ground roads have signal stops, while air routes do not. Ground signals require red light stops, slowing transportation. Air has no such interruptions, further boosting speed. Third reason, aircraft flight speeds are much faster than car driving speeds. Cars aren't inherently slow, roads limit them. Most cars can reach over 200 km/h, but on ordinary roads, they travel at tens of km/h too fast, and they crash. Aircraft speeds aren't road limited, so they're much faster. Third advantage of air transportation, it is more precise than ground. Modern society demands increasing precision in transportation, like in express delivery. Ground is affected by signals and jams, making precision hard. Air has no signals or jams, enabling easy precision. Fourth advantage, air has stronger disaster resistance than ground. Ground has weak resistance to disasters. Heavy rain washes away roads, snow causes long interruptions. Air resumes quickly after weather clears, without prolonged halts. Fifth advantage, air causes less environmental damage than ground. Ground systems cause major ecosystem harm, occupying vast land and inflicting permanent damage. Air needs no massive roads, airports use little land, minimizing impact. Finally, summarizing the advantages of air transportation, 1. Air greatly reduces transportation costs compared to ground. 2. Air is faster than ground. 3. Air is more precise than ground. 4. Air has stronger disaster resistance than ground. 5. Air causes less environmental damage than ground. Therefore, air transportation efficiency far surpasses ground, aircraft efficiency far exceeds automobiles. Humanity needs a transportation revolution, a shift from ground to air. The biggest obstacle to widespread air transportation is that current aircraft are very complex to pilot, requiring specialized pilot training. If piloting were as simple as driving a car, making it anyone can fly, widespread adoption would be much easier. My invented ultra-simple piloting aircraft is extremely simple to pilot, anyone can fly. It can enable widespread air transportation and achieve the from ground to air revolution. Second part, my invented ultra-simple piloting aircraft can change the world's warfare methods, eliminating the need for ground forces and turning everything into air forces. My invented ultra-simple piloting aircraft is an epoch-making invention that can transform global warfare. It is as easy to pilot as driving a car, allowing anyone to operate it effortlessly. Thus, all military soldiers can become pilots, ground forces will disappear, and everything will become air forces. As early as World War II, air weapons proved more effective than ground ones. Ground weapons were no match for air. In the Russia-Ukraine war, tanks on both sides were mostly destroyed not by opposing tanks but by aerial drones. To counter drone attacks, Russia invented the Tsar-Mongol tank, wrapping tanks in iron sheets or nets so drones explode prematurely on the outer layer, protecting the tank body. But Tsar-Mongol tanks aren't safe either. Opposing drones aren't limited to one, the first destroys the net, and the second penetrates to destroy the tank. Drones have shown in the Russia-Ukraine battlefield but have major flaws. Drones use radio waves for remote control, which are easily jammed. Thus, radio-controlled drones are typically used only on fronts without interference, hard to attack rear bases like command posts equipped with strong jammers, causing control failure. Recently, to overcome radio drone jamming, Russia developed fiber optic controlled drones. Fiber drones avoid jamming but are limited by cable length, usually within a few kilometers. Fibers are easily cut by sharp ground objects. Ukraine's wire net successfully severed Russian fiber drone cables. So fiber drones don't fully resolve the issues. Some believe replacing manned aircraft with drones avoids soldier deaths, and rear drone operators are safer than front-line troops, with no death risk. This is an idealized assumption. In the actual Russia-Ukraine battlefield, drone operators' death rates are even higher than front-line soldiers. So, using drones to avoid deaths is impractical in reality. Drones divide into large drones and small drones. Large drones have remote ranges of hundreds or thousands of kilometers. Their operators, far in the rear, face no death risk. Small drones have short ranges, usually a few kilometers. Operators must be near the front, within enemy artillery and suicide drone range, constantly at risk. Large drones can be controlled from afar, safe for operators. But they're used only against foes lacking air defenses, like US MQ-9 Reapers carrying ground attack missiles, which assassinated Iranian leader Soleimani in Iraq. In real battles like Russia-Ukraine, both sides have strong air defenses. Large drones are easily radar detected and shot down by missiles, becoming sitting ducks. Large drones are rarely seen on the Russia-Ukraine front because they're too vulnerable. Active on the front are small drones, undetectable by radar. But their short range requires operators near the front. Drone remote controllers emit strong radio waves, easily detected by enemies, revealing operator positions. Fiber drones don't emit waves but shine, exposing positions easily. Since front-line drones threaten enemies greatly, operators become priority targets. Once detected, enemies call artillery or suicide drones to attack. Front-line operator death rates aren't low, often higher than ordinary soldiers. Thus, assuming drones avoid deaths is impractical. The most reliable battlefield weapon remains manned aircraft. But why are manned fighters rare on the Russia-Ukraine front? Mainly because both sides have few aircraft, unable to afford losses. Ukraine has only dozens, Russia hundreds. Both have lost hundreds of tanks and armored vehicles, but with thousands in stock, they can absorb it. With few aircraft, they preserve them for critical moments. Why so few aircraft? 1. Modern fighters are too complex and expensive. An F-16 costs $20 million, such costly weapons can't be mass-produced. 2. Limited pilots. Current aircraft are hard to fly, requiring long specialized training. U.S. fighter pilot training takes at least 6 years, 4 years academy, 1 year flight training, 1+ years operations. It's rigorous, with 70% elimination rate, only 30% qualify. This limits pilot numbers. My invented ultra-simple piloting aircraft is as simple as driving a car. Anyone can fly, allowing all ground soldiers to become pilots. It's very cheap, can take off land from simple fields, mass-produced, equipping each soldier with one, eliminating ground forces, all becoming air forces. Why can my ultra-simple piloting aircraft change global warfare? Current wars are mainly ground-based, with air supporting ground. Two hardest ground fights, trench warfare and siege warfare. My aircraft can easily win both. This Russia-Ukraine photo shows typical trench warfare, central trench, surrounded by craters blasted by enemy shells. Defenders hide in trenches, surrounded by mines. When enemies approach, they fire from trenches to repel. Attackers first bombard with artillery to weaken, then lead with tanks, infantry following, to charge and capture. Tanks face ground obstacles, anti-tank ditches, dragon's teeth, slowing to jogging speed. They also face mines, missiles, rockets, now anti-tank drones make tanks targets. In the Russia-Ukraine war, tanks haven't played big roles. Western tanks to Ukraine, German Leopard 2, US M1, British Challenger achieved little. My ultra-simple piloting aircraft can easily win trench warfare. Send hundreds of soldiers in hundreds of aircraft to attack trench enemies. Ground obstacles, ditches, teeth, mines, all useless. Aircraft speed quickly reaches overhead, dropping bombs into trenches. Man-portable air defense missiles are hard to use, as hundreds approach from afar. Machine guns sweep trenches, creating a fire net. Enemies can't rise to fire missiles. Some might think drones counter my ultra-simple piloting aircraft. Drones can't handle manned aircraft, mainly because manned are fast, drones slow. Not that drones can't fly faster, but remote video has latency, too fast, uncontrollable. Drones max 10 km/h, manned aircraft at least 100 to 200 km/h. Drones handle slow ground targets like tanks, not fast air manned ones. Drones are sitting ducks to manned aircraft. In summary, my ultra-simple piloting aircraft can easily win trench warfare. My ultra-simple piloting aircraft can also easily win siege warfare. Capturing a defended city needs massive forces, tens to hundreds of thousands. Before, mass troop assembly in rear, mobilizing from afar, then attack. The Russia-Ukraine war offers insights on siege warfare. This war has no large formation combat, mostly small scale, dozens to hundreds, no thousands or tens of thousands like World War II. Why? Key, advanced long-range weapons prevent large troop assemblies. Satellites detect assemblies, relay to command, which orders missile strikes. In the war, both sides suffered heavy losses from missiles during assembly awards. Now, awards are in underground bunkers. Without large assemblies, no large siege warfare. Capturing a city without mass attack, using small units, is hard. So now, taking a city takes months to a year, or fails. Small units can't conquer cities easily. My ultra-simple piloting aircraft solves this. With hundreds km range, soldiers fly from rear airfields to attack cities. E.g. deploy 100,000 soldiers, each in one aircraft, attacking a city. They don't concentrate at one field, disperse from many, jointly attack. Short takeoff landing allows simple fields or highways. This skips assembly issues, thousands fly from various spots to overwhelm. Enemies can't resist massive air assault, easily capturing cities. In summary, my ultra-simple piloting aircraft can easily win siege warfare. Most importantly, my ultra-simple piloting aircraft can eliminate ground forces, retaining only air forces. My ultra-simple piloting aircraft lets air forces replace ground, no need for ground anymore. Past air couldn't replace because too few aircraft. U.S. Air Force has approximately 5,500 manned aircraft, 2,000 fighters. Too few to fully capture enemy positions, needs large ground army. U.S. Army has approximately 500,000 soldiers, equip each with aircraft, will become an air force with 500,000 aircraft. This can destroy enemy ground from air, no need for ground. Saves on tanks, armor, artillery, anti-tank, mines, reducing military spending. In conclusion, my ultra-simple piloting aircraft is an epoch-making invention transforming warfare. As simple as driving, anyone can fly. All soldiers become pilots, ground forces disappear, all become air forces. Third part, Introduction to the principles of my invented ultra-simple piloting aircraft. Why can my ultra-simple piloting aircraft be operated by anyone? Let us first examine why current aircraft are so challenging to fly. The primary reason current aircraft are difficult to operate is the frequent need to adjust the aircraft's tilt, or pitch angle, during flight. During takeoff and climb, the aircraft must pitch upward, during cruising, it remains level, and during descent and landing, it tilts downward. In aviation terminology, changing the aircraft's tilt is referred to as adjusting the angle of attack. Adjusting the angle of attack requires advanced piloting skills. If mishandled, an excessively large angle of attack can cause the aircraft to lose control and enter a stall. Once stalled, the aircraft becomes extremely difficult to control, rapidly descending and potentially leading to catastrophic crashes. Recovering from a stall requires exceptional piloting skills to restore normal flight. To date, stalls are the leading cause of crashes in current aircraft. Current aircraft require frequent angle of attack adjustments during takeoff, climb, cruising, descent, and landing, making operations highly complex. Precise control is needed to adjust the angle of attack, demanding rigorous training. Moreover, during these adjustments, a slight miscalculation can result in an excessive angle of attack, triggering a stall. A stall is extremely dangerous and can easily lead to a crash, resulting in loss of life. Thus, the need for frequent angle of attack adjustments is the primary reason current aircraft are difficult to fly and why pilots require extensive training. In current aircraft, tilting the aircraft upward during takeoff and climb or downward during descent and landing also tilts the pilot's body. This places high demands on the pilot's sense of balance, requiring extensive training. The high demand for balance is another key reason current aircraft are challenging to operate. The key feature of my new aircraft is that it has two pairs of main wings. Current aircraft have one pair of main wings located at the center of the fuselage. My new aircraft has two pairs of main wings positioned at the front and rear of the fuselage. Current aircraft rely on a single pair of wings for lift, similar to a unicycle, which is unstable in the fore-aft direction and difficult to control. Operating a current aircraft is as challenging as riding a unicycle, requiring special training and limiting its accessibility to a small group of trained pilots. My new aircraft, with two pairs of wings, is akin to a bicycle, offering fore-aft stability and simple operation. Flying my aircraft is as easy as riding a bicycle, requiring no special training and accessible to most people. Unlike current aircraft, which require angle of attack adjustments during flight, my new aircraft maintain a level fuselage throughout all phases of flight: takeoff, climb, cruising, descent, and landing. By eliminating the need to change the tilt of the fuselage, the operation of my new aircraft is significantly simplified, making it as easy as driving a car. In current aircraft, the pilot's body tilts during flight. In my new aircraft, the pilot's body stays upright, similar to sitting in a car. Explanation: why current need angle changes, using simple, non-expert terms. The total lift of an aircraft equals angle of attack lift plus speed lift. Angle of attack lift increases as the angle of attack increases. Excessive angle of attack causes stall. Speed lift increases as airspeed increases. In current aircraft, during takeoff and climb, low speeds require a large angle of attack to compensate for insufficient speed lift. During cruising, high speeds generate sufficient lift, allowing a smaller angle of attack to reduce drag. My new aircraft addresses the need to alter the angle of attack in current aircraft. I propose two solutions. Solution 1, employ variable angle wings, suitable for high-speed, high-performance aircraft. Solution 2, employ fixed-angle wings, ideal for low-cost, accessible aircraft. This explains the principle behind a new aircraft featuring variable angle wings. This aircraft uses movable panels under the wings to adjust the wing's angle of attack. At low speeds, the movable panels extend outward, increasing the wing's angle of attack to enhance lift. At high speeds, the movable panels retracts, reducing the wing's angle of attack to minimize drag. Current aircraft adjust the angle of attack by tilting the entire fuselage. Because the aircraft is suspended in the air, it is difficult to precisely adjust the tilt of the entire fuselage, and it is easy to accidentally operate the angle of attack is too large, and there is a dangerous stall. My new aircraft adjusts only the wing's angle, keeping the fuselage level. This allows precise control, simplifies operation, and eliminates the risk of stalls due to excessive angles of attack. Current aircraft need to tilt the fuselage upwards to change the angle of attack during takeoff and climb. Tilting the fuselage tilts the pilot's body, which requires a high degree of balance and rigorous training. My new aircraft do not need to tilt the fuselage upward during takeoff and climb, and the fuselage is always level. Since the fuselage remains level, the pilot's body stays upright, so the pilot's sense of balance is not very demanding and does not require strict training. In current aircraft, an excessive angle of attack causes a stall, leading to a nose-down plunge and potential loss of control, requiring advanced skills to recover. In my new aircraft, even if a stall occurs, the fuselage remains level, maintaining control. Reducing the wing's angle of attack easily corrects the stall, eliminating the risk of a catastrophic crash. I introduced my new aircraft with variable angle of attack wing, and then I will introduce my new aircraft with fixed angle of attack wing. These two schematic diagrams illustrate the principles of the new aircraft with variable angle wings and the new aircraft with fixed angle wings. The new aircraft with variable angle wings adjusts the wing's angle of attack as needed during flight. The new aircraft with fixed angle wings maintains a constant wing angle of attack throughout flight. This explains the principle of flight of my new aircraft with fixed angle of attack wing. The total lift of an aircraft equals angle of attack lift plus speed lift. Angle of attack lift increases as the angle of attack increases. Speed lift increases as airspeed increases. My new aircraft with fixed angle of attack wing, its angle of attack is fixed, and the angle of attack lift is constant. It only changes the lift by increasing or decreasing the speed of the aircraft. As the aircraft speeds up, the lift increases and the aircraft rises. The aircraft slows down, the lift decreases, and the aircraft goes down. This eliminates the need for complex angle of attack adjustments, making the aircraft's structure and operation as simple as driving a car. This diagram shows the cockpit of the aircraft with fixed angle of attack. The cockpit my new aircraft with fixed angle of attack is extremely simple to operate, just like driving a car, with only 3 controls: the steering wheel, accelerator pedal, and brake pedal. Steering wheel controls the aircraft's left and right turns. Accelerator pedal controls the aircraft's up and down elevation. Press the accelerator, and the aircraft ascends. Keep the accelerator steady, and the altitude remains constant. Release the accelerator, and the aircraft descends. Brake pedal controls the brakes on the aircraft's ground wheels. My invented ultra-simple piloting aircraft is a major invention that can change the world. It is as easy as driving a car, anyone can operate it effortlessly. My ultra-simple piloting aircraft, first, can change the world's transportation from ground to air. Second, it can change the world's warfare. No need for ground forces, all become air forces. Here is the introduction to my major invention, a groundbreaking new invention that will change the world, the ultra-simple piloting aircraft.